All right, we moved over here to the couch to clear the table for the guys.
With a big pink mustache.
Yeah, they brought a big pink mustache today, and the Chris Ortiz from NewsCastic will now explain. Chris, it's all yours with the list.
Larry, thank you. This is Chris with NewsCastic, and this is another edition of the list. This is my good friend Daniel, and to explain the big pink mustache, first we have a video to explain.
Whoa, Phil.
Phil, what are you doing here? You're partied out, man. Again.
What if he honks in the car?
I'm giving you a no honk guarantee.
Phil, if you're gonna spew into this.
Easy come, easy go, will you let me go?
Now, obviously, that was the scene from Wayne's World, and we both drive for Uber and Lyft, and one of the things that we do a lot of times is pick up drunk people and take them home safely. So Uber and Lyft are both new rideshare services in Albuquerque, and ride sharing is a really new thing in this state, and a lot of people don't know the do's and don'ts of ride sharing. So as experienced professional drivers, I thought we'd go through a couple things that people in Albuquerque should know about ride sharing with Lyft and Uber. So you ready to get started?
Let's go.
Awesome. So the first on the list is don't request a ride until you're ready. So this has happened a couple times for me where someone requests a ride, we go there, and there's no one waiting, so we give them a call. Oh, I'll be down in 5-10 minutes. So that's probably something you shouldn't do.
Oh yeah, in Albuquerque, we're used to waiting an hour, hour and a half for a cab to show up, so we order it way ahead of time. People are doing the same thing with Uber and Lyft, expecting it to come after 20, 30 minutes, but we're right around the corner sometimes, and we're there in 2 minutes, and they're not expecting it.
And you can actually, when you on both services, when you request a ride, you can actually watch on the app where the driver is. So when they're on their street, start getting things ready, put your shoes on.
And you can expect text messages and alerts to when they're arriving.
Right. So that's the first one. Next on the list is kind of like what Chris Tucker said in Rush Hour. Don't touch the radio without asking. Now, a couple times, I picked up people, and they just commandeered my radio, and they're blasting music and plugging in their iPhone, and I think it's kind of common courtesy to just kind of ask.
Just ask, yes. Both services encourage using the radio. You get to listen to what you want to listen to, but definitely make sure and ask, and don't just jump in the car and start messing with the controls.
Yeah, don't play the house music without asking. Next on the list is you're responsible for your friends. So a lot of times, a whole crowd gets in your car, and even though you requested the ride, you're kind of responsible for your entire group, right?
Yes. Both services, we use a rating system of 1 to 5 stars. Definitely pay attention to what your friends are doing. Don't bring anything into the car also that you shouldn't bring.
Like beer.
Like beer, no open containers. We don't want to be breaking the laws. So definitely remember you're responsible for everything that happens in the car during your ride.
Right. And if one of your friends puke, you're paying for it.
Yes, both services charge $100 to $250 for cleanup fees.
Yeah. So just be responsible for your friends. Next on the list is when to tip and when not to. So now with Uber, the tip is already included, so there's no expectation to tip. But with Lyft, you can tip. So when should you and when should you not tip?
So it's kind of the opposite thinking of when you're in a restaurant. When you're in a restaurant, you tip about 20% of what the bill is. I would say encourage people to tip when it's a short ride. Normally it's about going from University of New Mexico to Nob Hill. That's going to be a $5 ride. Tip on that. The rides that are from Sandia to downtown, that's a $30 ride. You don't need to tip as much for that. Right. Riders appreciate those long rides.
So for all
drivers appreciate.
So for all those UNM students, if you're just going to downtown or Nob Hill,
yeah, throw a couple dollars.
It's a good one. Next on the list, and this is for drivers, know where you're going. So all the drivers have the GPS on their phones. Mm-hmm. When someone gives you the address of where they're going, if you don't really quite sure know where you're going, Don't just guess
Yeah.
and just drive around lost and get confused. Type in the address and use a GPS.
Yeah, remember you're also always trying to go to the shortest distance for the rider. So make sure to use your GPS and make sure you, that's what it's there for.
Yeah, so don't assume if you don't know where you're going. Awesome. Next on the list is don't hog the snacks. Now, some drivers have snacks and fruits and drinks for their riders, and I know you do. So what do you provide?
I have water and gum and some various candies. But yeah, definitely take advantage of it. Use them, but don't go overboard. Definitely don't just start taking three waters, the whole pack of gum, and the whole bag of candy. Just be respectful of the other person's things.
Save some for the next.
Yeah, save some for the next passenger.
Pretty good tip. Next on the list is, and this is my personal one, is no need to slam the doors, bro. I don't know about you, but every time they're slamming my car door, I'm like, there's no need. Have you had that before? You had a story about that, right?
I think in general, just be respectful. Remember that these are people's personal vehicles. Be respectful of their vehicle. And sometimes when you close the door, you don't quite realize that when all three doors slam at once, you're just kind of shocking the driver inside. So just be respectful.
Yeah. And that kind of leads to my last one is just be chill. The drivers with Uber and Lyft are just normal people. They usually have other jobs, and they're just doing this on the side. So when you get a ride, just kind of be cool, be relaxed, strike up a conversation. It's not like it's a taxi where you don't have to talk with the other person. And just, it's supposed to be a good experience for everyone involved, for the driver and the rider, right?
Yes, both. Be friendly to both. Lyft really encourages the sense of community and communicating with the driver. You're supposed to sit up front. And even though Uber, you sit in the back, you still can communicate with the driver and still be friendly. And it should be fun for both.
Right. And so, I know the state and these two companies are having their disagreements, but hopefully they get things sorted out, because I think both services actually really provide a great option for people who want to go out and don't want to drink and drive or want to socialize.
Exactly. I think they really fill a need here in Albuquerque to provide ride services that are available, because even with on Friday and Saturday night, even with Lyft and Uber here, they're both busy. I still see the taxis busy. There is a need for more transportation.
Yeah, so I think everyone could appreciate and benefit from both Uber and Lyft. Yep. So that's it for the list for today. You can find more stories like this at ABQ NewsCastic on Facebook and Twitter. You can download our new ABQ NewsCastic app on the App Store. And that's it. So Larry, Amber, have you guys used Lyft or Uber yet?
I wanted to call you guys to come pick me up at 6:15 to bring me down to the studio.
We should
Would
have.
that be a possibility?
I did see one Uber driver on this morning. I didn't check Lyft.
And could I do my makeup in the back of the car, or are there restrictions for that? You probably don't want a bunch of makeup in your back seat.
As long as it's not a mess.
I have not used either service, but I find it very intriguing, and I love the whole concept behind it. Now, what I'm curious about is, do you find as a Uber or Lyft driver that you're doing a lot of the same taxi stuff? Are you making airport runs and things like that?
Bachelorette parties and airport runs?
Definitely all those.
Well, that's
All the above.
great stuff. I hope the road gets cleared. All the regulatory agencies figure out that this needs to happen in our city. And I appreciate you guys being here. Chris, thanks. Thanks so much. Back with more Morning Brew in just a moment here on this Monday morning.